All right, everybody. It is currently, let's see, it is December 26th. Hey, it is Boxing Day in Canada. So, for all who celebrate Boxing Day, good to have you on here. Anyways, we are now in the final days of the year. We head into January in just a couple of days here. And for everyone that last week was like, well, since the first 2 days of winter started out mild, we're probably going to have a mild winter. Not so fast. So while we may have, when all is said and done, a mild winter, we're still going to get some pretty sharp cold fronts in here. And so the rest of the week, really I should be saying for the rest of the year, there's only one day that is projected to see temperatures milder than normal, and that is going to be on Saturday, because after that we start to watch our temps drop. So the average high temperature right now is about 48, 49 degrees. So tomorrow we're only 40 degrees. That's cold. Thursday, 40 degrees and windy. That's cold as well. Friday, mid 40s. And then even as we go into the weekend, upper 40s and lower 50s. One thing that I am watching closely, and this just came in from the GFS model. Now, this is still a ways out, but we have been talking about, at least for the past couple of nights here, the potential for some type of like surge of cold air coming from the polar vortex, kind of a bit of a weakness up there, so some cold air comes down. That has been at least starting to pop up in the longer range data. And when I say long range, I'm talking about like the second week of January. We'll see if it holds together. But what I'm showing you right here, so here we are. I don't know if you can see the date or not. Okay, January 11th in the afternoon. See this purple right here? Actually, let me go ahead and just kind of jump in a bit closer. Those are temperatures that are running 30 to 40 degrees below average. How cold is that air? This right here shows temperatures well below zero for Nebraska, the Dakotas, and up into Minnesota. Now, this model only goes all the way out this far, but typically when you see cold air like this, the way that it wants to move is it wants to slide down to the plains. It usually struggles to make it over the Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains almost act like a dam, and so we call this cold air damming, where basically the cold air comes sliding down into the plains, and it cannot go up and over the Rockies because it's so heavy. So we'll have to see how long this data pops up. You know, sometimes it can pop up in one or two model runs and then it's gone. But again, there has been at least some talk that there may be a weakness in the polar vortex, and so that would help dislodge some colder air. Right now, though, I'll show you what the polar vortex is doing right now. We'll check it out. I always love showing this map, by the way. This is a really cool map to show. So these show the upper level winds, and this is at the 10 millibar level. So where's the polar vortex? So here's the North Pole right here. So right now, you want to see these winds evenly placed around the pole. Right now, they're not. They're leaning over in one direction. And so right now, it's certainly quite cold going into northern Russia. Let me see just how cold it is up there. But that is where all the bitter cold currently is. Let me look here. Let me see here. I might just have to go global, Asia. Here we go. Okay, let me look at anomalies. What am I looking at here? Okay. Oh, there's Italy. I'm trying to find Italy. Okay, so there's your cold, by the way. Like way up here. So it's still kind of displaced a bit. But eventually, we'll get that cold air in here. We'll have to wait and see. Not quite sure if we'll be able to bring it down straight into Oklahoma, or if they'll slide more, say, like in the East Coast and into the Northeast. So something to watch, and we certainly will. Other things that we are watching, though, is that the National Weather Service has been continuously highlighting that we are going to go into the beginning of the year, January 3rd, January 9th, wetter than normal conditions. Storm track basically wants to favor the West Coast and then make a run across the southern tier of the United States. What is the snow outlook for January and February? So it's hard to say what the snow outlook is going to be. All I can look at is precip. So let me jump back over. Let me get out of Russia. Okay. So right now the temperature outlook for January, warmer than normal for Oklahoma and up to the north when all is said and done. February, close to average with below average temperatures up to the northeast. And then we go into the month of March and average temperatures. So being able to figure where this cold air comes in is nearly impossible this far out. So hard to give a snow outlook. But we do know that at least for the month of January and all is said and done, wetter than normal for Texas, near average precip for Oklahoma. January is statistically the driest month of the year, so that would typically lead to like an inch to an inch and a half of precip. This shows February being wetter than normal, March drier than normal. So if you're looking for snow, if you want snow, one thing you do want to see is us being wetter than normal. We do have that in the forecast. Same thing even as we go into January, near normal to wetter than normal. So there is some hope. I can go long range with the GFS right now, see if there's much snow. There's been a little bit of snow that's been popping up in the GFS models recently, but not a whole lot. So let me go 18Z. Let me go over to snowfall. Where's the snow? Let me get out of here. Surface winter. Yeah, here I am going all the way out to January 11th. Other than little snow showers across Oklahoma, you can see the storm tracks really are favoring way up to the north. So snow chances do not look that great, but we'll see. David Adams, if you want a square dance, you know what? We love it. We love it. You do it. You do it, David. Please bring us a snowy New Year's Eve, Wendy. I wish I could. The best I can do is 48 degrees and cloudy. So that's the best I can do. Maybe you meant New Year's Eve like 2024 to 2025, right? If that's the situation we're talking about, then you know what? I've got over a year to work on it. I will do my best. A couple of years ago, we had snow. Was it 2 years ago? I remember I stayed here the whole night because we had snow. We had some good snow too, like 4 to 5 inches of snow that came in on New Year's morning.
Ray, what's your sister doing?
So.
How's your sister doing?
Oh, she's doing good. Yeah, she's home for the holidays, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all enjoying it.
Any more 60-degree weather? We're done with that for a while. We're done with that for a while. I don't have any 60-degree days in the forecast. The warmest day I have in the forecast is this Saturday, 52. And this is, while January is the driest month of the year, it's also the coldest month of the year. And the first 2 weeks of January are typically the coldest of the entire year. So 60 degrees, that will put us about 12 degrees warmer than normal, which to put that into comparison, imagine being 12 degrees above average at the end of July, which is the hottest time of the year. That would be like us having highs around, 107, which would be a pretty big deal. So, yes, sports department, they are in Texas. Stephanie, I will tell. Thank you very much. Your 13-year-old said to say hi to my daughter. Stephanie Conrad, I absolutely will. I absolutely will. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, weather's pretty quiet other than a little chilly, little breezy for the next couple of days. It's feeling like winter. If you're taking down your Christmas lights, Saturday doesn't look too bad, 52 degrees, winds are light. So we'll be taking our lights down on Thursday. We take our lights down pretty close after Christmas. Unlike Evan. Evan keeps his lights up until like April.
Are you talking about me?
Evan's over here listening. He's like, "You talking about me?" So, anyways. All right, y'all. Look, have a wonderful night. And KOCU 5 News at 10 o'clock begins at 4 minutes. So we'll see you on TV in just a little bit.